You can import points straight into a drawing from an external file simply from the Insert ribbon, Import panel, Import Points from File. What we're going to focus in on, though, is importing point data not just into the drawing, but into a survey database. So we're going to open up our Importing Survey Data file. It's a blank file, and we're going to go from our Home ribbon, Create Ground Data panel, and we're going to choose to import survey data. Now, you could choose it from here, but you also see there's an entire survey ribbon as well that's available to us. We're going to choose to use the import from the Home Create Ground Data panel, Import Survey Data. First of all, we have to create a new survey database. The database we'll name lynda.com. We can edit the survey database settings, such as whether or not there's a coordinate zone assigned. Now, remember, we're not working with a drawing, we're working with establishing the coordinate system for a database. If the coordinate system for the database does not match the drawing, the import process will handle some translation for us. So let's go ahead and set that. We're working in Georgia in the United States. We're going to choose USA, Georgia, and we're going to choose the East Zone US foot, NAD 83 here. And click OK. Once I do, of course, the distance, the linear controls are grayed out to being USA foot. You can set other controls here within your survey database settings as well, and really help bring that information into the drawing and really store it in the database effectively. We click OK, choose Next, and then there's 4 different types of information that you can import, including the points that are in the drawing. Remember, we're creating the points in the database. Having them brought into the drawing is just an afterthought, so to speak. We're going to be working from a point file, though. I'm going to add the file that we're going to import, and we're going to choose it from our exercise files here in Chapter 3. Our survey data is a text file, but there's all kinds of different text or survey import files that you can work with. It brings it in and then tries its best to guess what the format of the file is. The format of the file is actually point number, then the northing, then the easting, then the elevation, then the description. And all of this is separated by commas within that file. So I'm going to select this proper file format, and we get a nice preview here of the points. I go ahead and click Next. A network is more connected with the idea of your traverse. That way you can rotate and make adjustments and elevations to all the points within a network. Well, since all the adjustments and rotation and settings were already done for us, we're simply importing that information into our database. We're not going to create a network. Click Next. And here we can control whether or not to draw line work, whether or not to even import the survey points in the drawing. We're going to choose not to insert the figure objects, and we're going to go ahead and insert the points though. I click Finish, and again, it's an afterthought. The points are here, but more than that, if we go to our survey, we find our points are stored in our survey database. So we have all the different points that were brought in. Any drawing we open, we can import those points into that drawing from our database. Just a reminder, again, where those databases are stored is important. We want our databases to be not just on our local drive, but associated with a project. So we can right-click at any time on survey databases, choose to set our working folder, which would store or change where those databases are created for us when we create our databases for our projects. So make sure you set your working folder and then begin creating your databases. All of the information for the project is stored here and is available for importation and working with in any drawing that's connected to that database.